Jules here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So I don't have a prep here for you to show you, but this is what I'm going to use, and it's a lazy weekend craft. So what I've got is I've got some lace, cream, vintage, and like a top. I've got some cheesecloth in like a pinky peach and a green. I've got some of my wordy labels because I love these, and I've got some of my material labels because I love these too. What I have done is I've coffee dyed some envelopes. Now what I will do is I'll give you the measurements for these. These are just packs that I bought, and they're 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, so I've got 4 of those. And then these are like the A6. The A6 be 3 1/2. I've got 4 of those, just all coffee dyed. I've got a large junk mailer. That's 5 and just well, it would have been 6 by 9 1/4, but what I did was I cut the top off, cut the side off, because I was drying them with an iron, with the dryer, and then an iron to straighten them out when I coffee dyed them. So what I did was I peeled, once I'd coffee dyed them, I was able to peel the cellophane off, because I wasn't sure whether I was going to keep that as a window or cover it up. So just in case, that's what I did. And it's quite easy. And then I just glued it back on with art glitter glue. And I've also got I've not even put this out yet. It's my book page butterflies, and it's something I've been working on with dragonflies and hearts and stuff like that, because I just love book page butterflies, and I thought I can do these on a digital. So I am going to be using some of these papers. There is more to it than that, and I will launch it as a digital kit. So as I say, I don't have a prep for this, so it's kind of, I'm winging it. I like to wing it sometimes. So as I said, I'd already cut the top off that. Now what I want to do is I want to leave the top open, because I'm going to put some big tags in there, but I also want to put some paper in there because that's going to fold over. Now one of the envelopes I'd cut the top off, and I cut it level with that, which makes it just under 6. I'd also cut the flap off, because what I want is I want that flap to fit inside there, and I didn't want it sticking over, so that will go there like that. So first of all, I'm going to get some paper, and this is like a card I've used. And I just want it to go like that. So what I'm doing is I am just no measuring required. And then we can just cut it out. And I'm not even going to ink around this one, because that's just going to sit in there, and I am going to put it in with a glue stick. And I got a good deal on these Pritt sticks. Normally they're £2 something each for this size, but the kids, the shops are getting ready for the kids going back to school, So in the sort of like the supermarkets, they always have like this back to school for the kids, and they always sell things cheaper. So I got them for $1.50. So I picked up a pile of a little bit of that needs to come off. Okay, so now we've got that. We've got a little bit of coffee over there, the window, but I'm not bothered. And I'm just, this is a little bit, just the lip. And if you get any glue on there, just rub it. And because this is a grungy stacked envelope, it's fine. Now this is the one that I want to go in there, so I'm just, and then I'm just popping that in there and folding it over, and then I'll press it down like that. And that's it now stuck on there. And then I've got a pocket there. But I have opened it at the top, so what I'm going to do is when I put a piece of paper over, I'll stick it on there, and then I'll just put a line of glue up there so that you can put it in there. Now what I want to do is I want to glue the sides, but first of all I want to get this. So I want one there, one there. I want one here at the bottom, and one here at the bottom. So that's my sidey ones, so we'll put them there. Now that's going to open, so I think I want a little one here. Or do I want it here? And here, and we'll have some kind of policy. No, I think we'll leave that one open. I think we'll pop this one here. And it could still change. Like that, we've got that. And if I wanted, I could have another extension on that, so it went. I've not decided that yet. But what I need to do is when I put the flaps in for that, I need to be careful to get the flaps in there. Okay. We'll leave that one to the side. So what I'm going to do is, this is just a waste of glue if you glue the whole thing. So again, I'm putting that between the edge, trying to get it as near to the middle as possible. There. Okay, so we've got them, and we'll put them over there. So this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down, and again crease it. I'm going to do my sidey pockets first. So this is the one that's going in here, like that, and I need them to go inside like that. But I prefer art glitter glue, and I just buy it in a big bottle and then just decant it into this. Okay, so we've got that one, that one, that one, that one. So there we've got our open flaps there, and I think I might put a pocket in there. I might put a wee floppy pocket in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. And I don't want it to interfere with these, so I'm just going to put it up to there. I'm going to use my pencil and draw a line there and a line there. And that will go under there like that. And that will just fit on that flap, so I need to make sure that it's smaller than the flap. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to miter this end and miter that end a little bit more, and that should just fit on that flap. Now, although this is a pocket, I've not decided what type of pocket it is yet. So I'm just shoving that in there and just pulling it along like that. So at the moment it's just a whacked out envelope, but what I'm probably going to do is put a piece of digital over that and then cut the top or cut the side and have it so you can slide something in. And there we are. So that's 8 envelopes and a junk mail used. And you can see, I mean, it will get a little bit thicker than that. So we can put them over to one side. So what I want is I want a thumb notch in this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this behind it, because I'm not sure about dearie me, Julie. Right, hold it there. That's square. And I've got a thumb notch. And then I can stick this down. Deciding on what paper to use. I'm not going to use that one. I think I'll use this grungy one. And I do like a border. I've always liked a border when I'm messing on with digitals and book pages and envelopes and things. So what I've done to measure it, I've just left a border there, and I've marked it just slightly in and slightly in there. So I'm just going to trim this on the trim. Like that. And so it's going to go over that window slightly, so I'm just marking it just slightly there, slightly there, slightly there, and I'm going to use my Can't see my markings now. There I can. So that marks there. Where's my other mark? That's it. Not the greatest way. So what I'm doing is I'm guessing that I've got this straight. I'm going down to there and I'm cutting this out because it's not going to hit the window. The window's right to the edge. And I think we can cut it a little bit further. In fact, what I'll do is I'll cut that off and we'll put that there. And we'll cut that down there. And I know the window's rounded, but it doesn't really matter. And if a little bit of paper goes, and that looks actually nice to go on something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another tiny strip off this one. And we're going to put it there, I think. And that's there. And what I want to do is I want to get the middle of that because I want a notch in it. Now again, I'm guessing the middle and I'm hoping that that's going to be right. Not quite. So all I do there is I just go back, find the bottom and go over to that edge. And that's perfect. So I'm just going to ink round this. Oh, that's a bit funky, but it doesn't matter. And I need to... There we are. Now what I am going to do is, I said I wasn't going to ink round this, but I do like the edges to be inked. I like some definition between, you know, in the creases. So there we've got a little bit of definition there, and that's fine. And the same with this. And it's more on this side I'm doing it. Okay. So there we've got that. And that looks quite nice. And we'll have a nice tag or journal card in there. And I can still stitch it, you know, I can still sort of like go around, but we'll see. And I've got there we are. This corner's not down. And if you get any corners coming up like that, just stick them. So this, I think we'll carry on with this paper, and I think we'll put that, so if I put that there, yeah, and I've got enough to do those flaps. So when it's open, it kind of matches. Or should we have them on there and have that? I think I'm going to do it this way. So again, I want this kind of, although I want a border, I want it kind of near to the edge as possible. So again, I'm just going to bring that down slightly. It's probably about 1 mil, and that one in slightly. So I'm just going to trim this. And there we are. So again, we'll ink. On there like that. Okay. And then what we want is we want some, no, that's not big enough now because I've cut that. That one is, but we can put it that way, so that's fine. So I think we'll have that there. Let me get rid of that. So I'm just looking at the edge of the envelope, and I want that down there. And again, the edge of the envelope, and I want that there. Got a little dodgy unstraight piece, so I think we'll have this up here, and we'll have this one here. Okay, and I think I've got some butterfly, so we'll put that up there. We've got some butterfly washi tape. I've also got some of this as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll put some washi tape down first. And I think I'm going to keep these as envelopes. I was swithering whether to put flaps on the back of them. But I think I'm going to keep them for like small journal cards, just to tuck a journal card in and that. But so I want a circle. I should have really See if we can take this off. No, I can't. But what I'll do is I'll show you what to do if you've already stuck it down. Split pins, colours, so it's the brass. And I've got a little bit of foam that comes usually in packaging with phones or phone screensavers or whatever. Just guess in the middle. Yep. Where am I going to put this? Here. So again, we'll put this through and I'll use my, this has got a pin tool on it. It's looks like one of those multicolored pens, but it's ball tools, but it has got like a thin pin. And then we'll pop that in here. Like that. And bend over the legs. And I'm not bending the legs totally, because what I'm wanting is I'm wanting some space under here. And that's what makes it mine. So whatever little mistakes you do, that's whatever makes it yours. Now, where I have that, now what I'm doing is I'm cutting a bit of card there. And I'm going to cut it straight. Well, as straight as I can get. Oh, dearie me. The crafting fairies are sent to try me. And then we'll just... Okay. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to stick a little bit of paper over this, and there we are. And then I'm just inking around it. Okay, I'm going to put this on the little bit of foam. Put the circle on the little bit of foam, and that's not very... Okay, put that on the little bit of foam, and then it's the only thing with this pin tool, it's it'll retract back into there, and I'm just wiggling it about a bit. Put this through. Again, open the legs, but don't have them too... You don't want it to split pin too tight, because you do want your thread to get round. So there we are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to kind of put that with that. Then what we're doing is we're going to stick this on. And that's what you do. And you can have any shape under your circle. You could have an oval, a square. Could have even done a butterfly if I'd wanted. And there we are. And then before we put anything, string or anything on that, we'll just leave that as it is. What we want to do is we want to cover this inside here. And I think what we might use is we might use this one. And again, I'm going to leave a little border so I can see the edge of the, left a little border there, leave a little border there. And a little border there, so and there's our paper to go over the top there. So my husband's just finished his meeting, so I've got to go and do some shopping. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna pause the video and I will be back later. So I'll see you. Okay, hi, I'm back. So it's only a few seconds for you guys, but it was a day for me. I got caught up with other things. We had to go shopping and stuff. So just to recap on what we did with the envelopes, we put our policy fasteners on there. I haven't done anything there. We put a piece over there. I'm still not sure. I might just put some just a slip of paper in there, I don't know, and leave them like that because I quite like them. So now what we need to do is we need to cover this, and I have cut some papers. So I've got two for the, so it's this one, and I think that goes quite nice with that. So I think what I'll do is I'll put a thumb notch in there. I managed to get an inch punch. Normally my punches have a little bit there that I can use as a guide, but these don't. So I've got an inch, a half inch and a quarter inch. So I'm just, so on these punches you have a halfway mark, and that's, if you use that up to your paper, you've got half. But I don't quite want a deep thumb notch. So I'm going to, what I'm doing is I'm guessing the middle, so excuse my head, and then I'm going to pull it back about 1/8. Might not be right, but perfect. So I put the paper up to there and pulled it back about 1/8, and that's what I'm going to do on this. So put the paper, not too bad, it'll do. And I'm keeping this on the side so I can get a better look at it. So my husband's giving me peace at the moment, he's out with the dog. And what I am going to do is I'm going to put, where's the one, ah, there it is. So I'm just going to ink around that and put a bit of glue on it, and I'm going to spread it around because I don't want it leaking out. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shove it in that thumb notch there. It was a little trick I learned a long time ago. If you don't want the, I mean, I could grunge it up. And there we are. Yeah, it's a bit wonky down there. So we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. Not sure about them. So now we start on the front. So as I said before, I don't know what to do about that one yet, but I'm going to cover this, and I've got a big piece of paper that's practically the right size. Maybe just my eyes being a bit wonky. I've been making bread, hanging washing out, and just generally not crafting. I prefer to be in the in the craft room than doing housework, I must admit. I like baking. No, if that is wonky, that's terrible, Julie. That doesn't matter. I'm keeping it like that. I don't care. And I'm just going to, now, I wasn't sure what to do. I think I'll have top openings for these. So all I do when I want a top opening, actually I think, oh no, all I do is I just trim it like that. Just trim a slither off. So like that. Cover them. And I have papers for this side. And that one needs a bit more off because that one's going further round, so we'll just take a slither. That'll do. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the brown. It was like a dark brown, but I'm going to go for the rich cocoa now. So that one's perfect for that. I'm just going to put the lid on that. So we'll stick that one down first. So we've got that, and we've got that. Or it that way, and that way, whichever way you want it. So now, because I've got a top opener, I need a piece of paper here. And that one will go there, and I'm just going to mark the bottom where I want it. So I don't want any glue on this apart from down the very edge, so what I'm going to actually glue this round. And then I'm just gluing around the very edges. Oh, need to ink it first, Julie, ink it. If you forget to ink, don't worry, there's always ways. And again, I'm just going around the edges. Okay. And we'll pop that on there like that. I'm not having a thumb notch in these. I'm just going to leave them as they are. And again, fortunately I can't do a straight line. No, when it's the paper's on the table I can get a straighter line, but when I'm holding it in my hand like that, no. There we are. And then we've got this pocket, and I don't know whether to put a smaller pocket in or whether to have a big pocket that just flips out. This is going to be a pocket there. What I need to do is I need to glue this down first. Okay, a big space there. And that's a bit wonky, so I can pull it down a little bit. Is because I'm going to trim this open. And all I'm doing is, you can see, I'm just cutting the very, very end off. And oops, We forgot about that bit, didn't we? Right, and then what I want to do is I want to put a thumb notch in there, and then we can put something in there. I could still stick that down and have 2 pockets, but I'm not, because I like the flappy thing. And that one and that one. I'm loving this. It's coming. I love it when a plan comes together. Is that not M off the A-Team? I used to say that, George Peppard. I can't remember what his name was in the A-Team. It's probably, if you were born in the 50s like me, or the 60s, you'd probably remember. Right, just give me 2 seconds. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take my bread. I had to put my bread into the oven because it had risen. Okay, so we've done that. We've done that. We've done that. So now what I want is I want a piece to go on there. And that's too small. But I do like it. I wonder if I put it over. Right, I'm going to, oh, I have cut that, haven't I? Right, so I'm going to put a thumb notch in there, but I'm going to use a bigger one. And I am going to use that. And I'm going to have it over to the side, and we'll put a bit of washi tape there. So I'm just putting that up there like that. And then I'm going to guess the middle. It's about right. There we are. That's the way to do it. And we'll put that there. So I'm going to use the script when I find the end of it. There we are. I don't know where I got this washi tape from. It could have been on the internet. And I'm just giving myself a little border and giving myself a little border at the top as well and at the bottom. And I could have put this on over the top, but I haven't. And I'm just going to go over that with. Okay, and I'm going to change my brown to peanut brittle. I'm going to put that there, mark that there, and just trim that off. I think the edge of this. Again, just rub it in a bit. And we'll put that under there. Like that. We've not even started on the decorating and the lace and stuff. Oh, I like that. I do like that. I'm glad I did it as a separate flap. And if I wanted, I could put a pocket on there or that way. And I've got these Must be that when I lean on the trimmer, it just pushes everything to one side. So again, and see, I just love how you've got the framework, then you've got the paper, and then you've got the framework of the envelope, and then the paper again. And I'm thinking, see, and just have them as envelopes like that. But what I need to do is I need to get, because obviously when I tea dyed them, and they don't stick envelopes down right to the very edges. Just making sure that there's no glue seeping out. The reason I don't glue them is because I'm never ever sure if I'm going to open them right up when I'm coffee dyeing them. Right, overdone. That's it. Oh dearie me, I go away to do some bread and I forget what I'm doing. Okay, so we've got our pocket there, and I have got a tag here. And there we are. So we've just got that little bit sticking out there. Might be too wide to go in there, which is fine, because I can always cut this down, and that's what I'm going to do. There we are. So I'm just okay, so we've got that one, I've got that one. We want some little things for in here. Now I have got some postcards, and these should be, yep, that, oh perfect. And these are from different kits, and it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we've got that. We want some twine on there, and it's just natural string colour with a little gold fleck through it. You don't have to tie it, not everybody ties it. I prefer to tie it actually, and then I know it's secure, and I always tie it at the top, never at the bottom. Don't know why, never really thought about it. Cut the right side off, and then all you do is you just that round there, that round there, and cut that. I'm just pulling the knot round so you can do it like a figure 8 if you wanted. There we are. And then what we want is we want some bits in here, that colour, especially with these. We've got that in there, we've got 2 there. Use this on something else. So we've got that. And I want something for here. Okay. And I've got some tall skinny tags, and these again from the aqua and gold, and I think we'll have them too. I've not got any notches in these, so that's Oh, missing it, you silly Billy. Maybe I should have put notches in there. We've just got that, that's peeking out a little bit. And we'll put this one in here. And that goes there, and that goes there. Now what I want to do is I want to put some of these butterflies on. So I'm going to quickly cut around these butterflies. So I think I'm going to put one on the front, and I think it will be that one. No, I'm going to put that one on the front, so these can go inside. So I've got labels, lace, mind I like the, quite like, oh, let me have a look at that. So if I had that there, that would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Yep. So I think that's what we're going to do there. So let me get my scissors. So I'm just going to cut this off down here. Don't think these are good material scissors either. And I'm going to get my fabric tack. And then now I've got this, and I quite like this, but it's a bit, but I can cut it in half. So I think that's what we'll have here. Okay, and we'll use that for something else. I'm just going to trim that up. I could have stuck it on and just bent the flap over and stuck it on, but and again, just make sure I've got it the right way. That's it. It's the right way, because sometimes with lace there's a right way and a wrong way. Sometimes there isn't. Depends. So we've got that, and I think we're going to have a butterfly on there. Or should we have one on there? I think we'll have one on there. And I'm using fabric tack for this because it's going partly on lace. And I'm just going to get some threads out. Right, oh dearie me, this is a long one. Usually it's just bits. So we'll just wrap that round. Just wrap it around my fingers. Take that bit off. Stick that on there like that. And I don't like looped ends, so I usually cut them so that they're all rough and scruffy. I like rough and scruffy things. Just putting them in the middle like that. And we'll have it like that, and that looks like two little fairy antennae. And I think we'll have some have a look. Be yourself, everyone else's take, and I like that. And the reason I left these so big was so that I could have them big, or I could cut them down like that. And it just depends on what you're working on. And I was thinking of doing a belly band with that. Do you know what? I think I like it better in the brown, so it's going to be the brown. And I got this, oh, I got this in Cyprus, in Jumbo, and they sell these, and I think that they're €1. So every time I go and grab a couple of reels. Some of it's expensive. Right, I need to go, just 2 seconds. All right, that's me back. It was my bread was dinging in the oven, it was ready. Should we have a butterfly on that? But what I need to do is I need to put something behind, so it doesn't that's about there. Okay. So we'll leave that there for now. And I think what I might use is I might use this to fasten it with. We'll see. So we've got him in there. Not really wanting anything on these. I think I might put, don't need anything on there, and that's mainly for journaling and bits and pieces. But what I do want is I want to that one in there, that one over there, and that one over there. So that's how we're going to have that. Okay. I'm just going to get, and oh, okay, we'll have that at a jaunty angle, and I'm going to have that, take more pictures, but what I want is I want some bit of scrappy doodle behind it. Cheesecloth, this down a bit like that. Pop that under the butterfly, and there we are. And do I want any bling? Not sure if I want. Yep. I'm just gonna. This you buy in a ribbon. I think it's for dance costumes and stuff like that. You can get it in copper, silver. So we're going to have 5. I'm just putting a blob on the back of each one. I've got to put some thread on underneath that. It's alright because he's got there, so that's sticking, so I'm just gonna lift that up there like that, and see, I wanted to put it in that way anyway. And then we've got those, so we can fasten this up. We can fasten this up. I can actually trim this now. Put those bits of bling away. And that goes like that, and I think we'll have a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And I think I will put that on there. And just try and keep it as straight as possible. So there we are. So it is quite a chunky monkey. There's not a butterfly in this one, so there. What I would do then is I would fix it there. And because of the way I do my journals, I get quite a bit of room in between my pages because I make my pages cascade like that. You know, you could even do it in the back, but I think I'd want that in the front. And actually, it actually looks quite nice there, this one. So that's where it's going in my dandelion journal. So anyway, I hope you got something out of that. You don't have to make it as elaborate as what I've made it, or you can make it more elaborate. You don't have to have as many envelopes. You can just play about. That's what I usually do, is play about, you know, folding the envelopes up, see where I want. But I like the gatefold. I like the flapping and the interwoven bits. So anyway, enough waffle. I will see you in the next video. Bye.